Hello and welcome. We are live here at the Alpha Impact, I wouldn't say studios, but offices. Very happy to have you with us. Good evening. We are just getting started. Let's wait for a few moments and let me just load up Dex tools. Let's take a look at the markets this evening. Coin market cap. Make sure I'm not muted. I'm not muted. I often mute myself. So let's share the screen. We'll take a look at the markets. Okay. So a little bit of a red day today. Obviously, we've got some. I mean, I don't know what's driving it. ETC, Ethereum Classic seems to be doing well. Filecoin is in the green. Crypto.com only just. Luna slowly coming back from its slumber. The FTX token still in the green. AMP. So there's a little bit of green here, but mostly looking at a day in the red today. Zcash, of course, coming back. Telcoin. Engine. We've got some engine in our treasury. Not very much, but we do have some. Zen here, as always. So there's a couple. I don't know what's happening here. 22% at that one. So we've got some bullish signs. Let's take a look at the chart. So let's actually look at. This is a short-term chart. This is the BTC USD 2-hour. Actually, let me just check. Came from Korea. BNT. Welcome. Okay, here we go. So we're just looking at this chart here. So this is a little line that I've drawn. It's showing a slight move to the north. So we're just kind of trending against that line at the moment. It's quite steep, honestly. You can actually look at this like we had a steep trend down, which of course nothing that goes down ever continues going down. It always comes back, in the same thing here. So I would expect that this won't go up in a straight line. I would expect that we would go here and here. The key focus for us will be if we break this this line of resistance here. This has been the downward trending support over quite a long time. So remember last week we were looking at this line here. We touched 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 times. So we have broken out a second time. Obviously, looking very closely for what happens on the other side of this. So we'll be very happy to see a continuation of this trend, but of course it could kind of go sideways. So we will see. Excuse me. So that's what we're looking at Bitcoin. Let's go over look at Ethereum. This is on a daily. So you can see here we had the downwards channel. We're still seeing sustained support here, which is at the 1.7 level. This line is probably a little bit macro. I mean, we would have drawn this line maybe around here at some point in the last little while. But what we're seeing is obviously the situation on the macro has become a little bit more bullish. So this is the 4-hour chart. You've seen we're still going in this wedge, and Ethereum, we've actually broken out of this. So we're feeling pretty good at this point. So let's take a look, and I'll go back to the stream. Came from Korea. BNT, welcome. Lovely to have you all here. Let's take a look at some more macro stuff. So this is the DeFi perp. So this is an FTX index. So bear cross on here would of course be very. I mean, it's always an event to watch for when we have. Sorry, not bear cross, death cross. So that, I mean, in theory, we could see a resumption and we could see this break. The RSI, the trend has been downwards as well. So let's see how we go. DeFi has obviously been hurt quite a lot. Let's take a look at BTC dominance. I think that's always an interesting one to watch. I think BTC.D. No? BTC. I can't find it. All right, well, that's okay. We'll come back. Okay, let's take a look at some more data. So we've got the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So this was always trading at a premium for a very long time, and then it's been trading at a discount lately. So we have more unlocks coming, but something that I wanted to point out, and again, I'm sorry, this chart doesn't really allow me to draw lines. Oh, maybe let's try. Let's look at the full chart. Oh, access now. I don't want to sign up. I'm signed up for enough things already, you know. I just don't have. Anyway, what I wanted to point out is you see a slope upwards here, right? So this you see a slope downwards. So the deviation from zero went south. That seems to have been a bottom somewhere around May 12th. And it's interesting because May 12th, if you look at the price of, let's say, Bitcoin, let's go back and take a look. That was just when the madness was starting to happen. So let's just get out of this. So this is Ethereum. Let's go back to BTC. Excuse me. Let's go to the daily. We've drawn a lot of lines on this. It's become quite ugly, but where are we? May 12th. This is the 12th of May, right here. So when the price starts tanking, what we start seeing, see this right here? Now this is when the retail world was dying. So the 12th of May, just remember that day. This is when BTC started its trend downwards, right? And what we're actually seeing is that the discount to GBTC actually started to reduce. And so now we're at 7%, which is roughly where we were, let's see here, like let's call it like sometime in March. So institutions behave a little bit differently to retail. And what that means for us is that there's been institutional buying or a lack of institutional selling. So that's very interesting to see. Let's take a look at the Ethereum Grayscale Trust Premium, because I bet what you see is a little bit more bullish. So EIP 1559 is coming. That's obviously that's an event. So let's just take a look here. 3 months. So we've actually just gone, you know what, let's go a bit closer. We've actually just gone positive again. So that's bullish for Ethereum. So we're feeling very good about that. This was negative for a long time. Again, June 18th, actually, let's just zoom out a bit more. See, Ethereum has been pretty much flat. So we do have unlocks coming. So what this means is that, I look at this, we're kind of hewing in between a discount and a premium. And then it's been negative for the last, call it 3-4 weeks. So that's what we're seeing. On the, excuse me, premiums on Grayscale. Let's take a look at hash rate. If we look at hash rate here, it's actually at like a multi-year low, which is pretty crazy when you think about this. So where we are now is equivalent to where we were in roughly July 2019. And you remember, hold on, there's some people making noise in the office. I need to tell them to shut up. Hold on, I just need to mute myself. Okay, politely ask my team to keep the racket down. All right, so what we're actually looking at here is a substantial drop in hash rate. I mean, it's crazy. A lot has been made of this China buzz. This is actually a one-day resolution. If you look at a moving average, you can actually zoom out a bit to see. This is a 14-day moving average. It's not quite as bad as the initial piece looked, but you can look at the difference, right? This is the raw data. So this is like the figure today or yesterday, June 23rd. So that's 7 days ago. There's a 7-day. And it's always hard getting this data in terms of hash rate and difficulty. I mean, every website gives you a slightly different, scale. But if you just, I mean, this is a pretty even 7-day moving average. That's what we use in the land of COVID, which of course describes all of us at this point. We're all living with COVID. But this roughly corresponds with this period here, May 2020. So it kind of, so we saw this crash back in March 2020. That's obviously the peak COVID, you could call it. And we're basically at that level now. So you might look at this and say, geez, hash rate is just a forward indicator for the price, and this is it. The market is going to be over. You can zoom in a bit more and get a 14-day view. Obviously, that's not going to be quite as accentuated. So hash rate is one we're watching closely. Let's take a look at active addresses. This has also declined. This is a 30-day. So let's just look at the raw data unadjusted for by moving averages. And you can see this is also at a multi-year low, which is like effing crazy. So we're roughly where we are today in terms of active addresses, I mean, this is craziness. We're almost at like the bottom of the 2018 bull market in terms of active addresses. But you can zoom out a little bit and see, this is a 7-day moving average. I mean, I think this is this smooths out the data a little bit nicely. So we're actually seeing this as I mean, it could be a bottom. Obviously, we're just starting to move north again. The other one I wanted to look at is the stock to flow deflection. Stock to flow. So we all know about the stock to flow ratio. For those that are just joining, the stock to flow ratio is a mathematical model that was pioneered um, by a institutional investor, or so-called institutional investor, from the Netherlands. And this line, you can actually see this line predicts a model price based on the scarcity of BTC. It's a little bit more complex than that, but it's a model that has accurately kind of foretold the price of Bitcoin. Now we always see a dip here, and so I would actually argue what we see here, and these colors that we see along the bottom are the number of days until the halving, or halvening, however you want to call it. So we actually see every time there's a halving, we see the price kind of spike up. We're seeing a less volatile price spike each time. So let's just take a look. From the moment of the halving, we've got $11 to, what is it? I just know it's $1,000. Then we go from $700 to $20,000. Then we go from $10,000, and obviously we're not, the traditional time that the price would spike would be at the top of this curve. See how it flattens out, and then the slow increase. So according to this model, and we're just looking at the gray line here. We're just looking at the gray line. Ignore the colored part. So according to this, there's a kind of really quick increase following the stock to flow, the halving that occurs, and then it kind of tapers off. So we typically, in this case, we saw that price top occur around the tapering off point for the model. Here, we actually see this price top occurring after the top of the model. Here, we're actually, so if this trend continues, you could argue that we would actually expect to see the top somewhere out here, right? Like 2022 somewhere. So we're actually well below where we expect to be. But look at this first, kind of fake breakout in 2013. This is around, I mean, how far are we? This is in the, 1,000 to, or maybe not 1,000. That's 700. Green must be 1,000. Yeah. So we're in the kind of 1,000 day range. Then we have this one is occurring slightly later in the cycle. See we've got this downturn around the 1,000-day range again, a little bit later. So you could actually say that this downturn is there as well. This would be a much bigger downturn. So I think two ways to look at this, and here at Alpha Impact, we don't want to tell you what to think, but my view here is that this is kind of more like a bit of a 2013 curve. So there's two arguments to be made here, and I'll make the bullish argument first. The bullish argument is, look, this tends to, what we're seeing here is a delayed, what do we see here? This is November 2012 to December 2013, that's 13 months. Then we've got July 2016 to December 2017, that's what, 18 months. So you would actually, this shows us that the cycles are getting longer, right? So this is May 2020. Even if you were just to say, okay, let's go with halfway between the two, halfway between 13 and 18, what is that? 15.5 months. That still places us at somewhere around, I guess, July or August for a top. I would say, though, that the more likely scenario would be that that the cycle gets longer than that. So we had 13 months here, 18 months here, and then, I mean, maybe we go to 21, maybe 24 months. That takes us out to like here. So you could make the argument, and I think I would make the argument, that this is just occurring on a longer time scale. So that's the bullish argument. The bearish argument, here's the stock to flow deflection. So for those that are new to this, the stock to flow deflection measures, so what we're looking at here, the black is the price, And excuse me, this colored line is the ratio between the stock to flow model price that we saw. So remember the gray line from this chart. Hold on, it's loading. Everything goes slower when I'm broadcasting. It's just craziness. See this is the gray line. This is a model. That gray line is the model price. So what we're looking at is the relationship, the ratio of the model price to the actual real price. So you can see here, it's becoming less and less volatile over time. So you could actually argue that this is becoming less volatile, that we've never had a top without sustained periods in the red. But if you actually look at this, it's kind of a downward trending line. So the bearish argument that you could make, and I'm not sure it's one I believe, but I'm just presenting both sides of the story. The bearish argument you could make is that this ratio is not accurate. And if you follow this line up and to the right, it actually predicts that Bitcoin will look at this, $1 million by 2025. So it could happen. But the bearish argument and the dispute to that perspective would be, hold on, this is a 7-day. Let's just look at the unadulterated data. So the flip side to that and the bearish argument would be that this model is no longer accurate, and you can see evidence of that by this downward sloping line. In other words, where we would expect it to be in the red, it's spending less and less time in the red, and when we would expect it, I mean, look at this, right? I mean, this is the first real bear market. Anything before kind of 2013, 2014, you can't trust because there weren't good exchanges at that time. So the source of data is sometimes not good. But you could make the argument that this metric is becoming less and less likely to be relevant because it's just straying further and further away. So we'll see. Jury's still out on that one. Let's take a look at mining difficulty, because I think that's mining difficulty. Maybe we'll actually just look at the R HODL ratio, because this one's been a friend of mine. This one I think is not, I mean, this is just objective data, right? So the price, if the price moves, it's going to let you know, because that's what we see in this industry. So here, I mean, this is actually showing us the whales have been selling at the top of every market. Whales have not been selling. This red line reaching the red zone, that's an indication of whales selling. And crucially, this accounts for increased supply by weighting the ratio. So this, unlike another chart that we sometimes look at, this takes into account the fact that some, hold on, let me mute my notifications. I'm vibrating in many different windows. So what I was saying is we haven't seen the top of the market, in my view, because the bulls have not been, or the whales have not been selling. Whales are selling when this orange line is moving up, and we haven't actually seen the danger zone yet. So that's something to take a look at. Let's take a look at the alpha impact price, because I think that's always interesting. All right, so slow. By the way, we've got a couple people in the chat. I'll just say hi and ask you to introduce yourself. Let us know where you're dialing in from. So I'm Hayden. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Alpha Impact, and I am obviously here in Singapore. So where are we at? 7.1 cents. So we're seeing some, it looks like it's bottoming off. I mean, we need to launch our product, which is, we're actually launching beta testing. I think it's been launched actually. So next up will be the alpha games. And then we're going to be launching, I mean, I guess I can tell you because you're here watching with me on YouTube. We're launching single asset staking and another liquidity pool. But that one will be, these pools that we're launching will be ones that don't have lockups. So you can just take your liquidity out at any time. So we're very excited for that. So let's go back to the window. We'll hide this, this Mike the Owl Wen Moon. Well, we're working on it. We need several things to happen simultaneously. So how dare those weekend IDO winners sell? Well, we can't control the market, and it is a free market. So that means that we do need to let these folks exit their positions if they want. So it is what it is. We can't control. The other news we've been watching, actually, let's take a look at DeFi Pulse. I want to, so I'm waiting on you guys. Let me know where you're dialing in from, and we will we'll have a bit of a hello around a round table. I just want to know how's everything going with everyone. So let me know where you're coming from. Okay, we will share the screen again. We'll go to DeFi Pulse. So the TVL has been decreasing. Now, this is somewhat misleading because it's denominated in USD. If you look at it in BTC terms, we're actually up. So if you look at it in Ethereum terms, we're down. So this shows me that ETH bulls are pulling stuff out of DeFi because this is denominated. Oh, sorry, this is denominated in Ethereum. So this represents an actual decrease. As we see though, BTC denominated DeFi is increasing. And then of course USD is falling, but the USD falling, really would be, in my mind, a reflection of, there we go. See, we're still way massively up. I mean, it's crazy. Where was our DeFi peak? May 2021. So that's the market peak. So we would expect this. Asset values are falling. We're actually going to be launching on, I can't tell you. There's a big partnership happening next week. We're really excited. I don't want to spoil it though, but let's just say you will be able to view us on a kind of like an interface like this, deposit for single asset staking. You'll be able to deposit for your LP tokens and earn a reward. So we're feeling very positive about that. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's a big name in crypto. It's a big partnership. So we're super excited about that. It's happening next week. All right, let's go back. We got some comments here. Hi, Hayden. I'm from Germany. Oops. Oh, crap. Hold on. Okay, there. Just stumbled over Alpha. I see that you've issued on ERC20 and had your IDO via cards. Is your long-term plan to retain ERC20 or do you plan to migrate? Well, Sasan, guten Abend. I think it's almost Abend, I guess afternoon. Tell me how to say good afternoon in German. I don't know how to say that. So we've done our IDO and cards. We're very excited about the Cardano blockchain. That for us is just one that's scalable. They're launching their mainnet. There's a lot of good things that we see happening on the cards blockchain. We're actually, I mean, in our minds, we have to launch our product, and then we have to obviously knock it out of the park in terms of the product. But cross-chain compatibility in our minds is something that becomes really, really important. We recognize that, between, BSC, Ethereum, I want to say Dogecoin, but obviously Dogecoin's not a real cryptocurrency. So we can't, there's no like building on Dogecoin, even if you ask Elon Musk. So we won't talk about him. But my point is, we're focused, Sasan, very closely on cross-chain compatibility. We have to get our product out first. Our first batch of customers we feel will be comfortable with this being on the ERC blockchain. Cardano, we're looking at all of them. So let me know, Sasan, if there's a blockchain you're excited to see us build on, because we're always keen to get your support. Maya Strosin, where are you dialing in from? Hyrule Idris. That's an interesting name. It's almost biblical, that name. Let me know where you're dialing in from. So I'm here in Singapore. Whereabouts are you guys dialing in from in the world? I'm always keen to learn more about our community. And also we have a special announcement. Let me introduce, hold on, let me ask Ariel to come over. She's gonna be interviewing me tomorrow on our, on this session. So it's not just gonna be me talking. So hold on. Okay, this is Ariel. Here, you can put the headphones on and say hi.
Hi guys, nice to meet you all.
So Ariel is going to be hosting the podcast tomorrow. So just wanted to introduce her, and she's going to be asking me some questions. So if you guys have questions for me, just let us know in the Telegram channel.
Yeah, please let me know because I'll be interrogating Hayden. So help me give him lots of questions. Thanks, guys.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you. Okay, so finally you get some female energy, female charisma on the channel tomorrow. It's very exciting. We're really happy to have our amazing team in the office here with us, and it changes things when you go from having just guys to having guys and gals in the office. So we're really excited to share the love. Bulgaria, Alim, lovely to see you here. I've not been to your beautiful country, but it's on my list. One of our investors comes from Bulgaria. Maya Strosin from Korea. We love Korea. We're very keen to go back. I've been there many times. Previously covered Korea in a previous role. So, Hyrule from Malaysia. We're basically neighbors. Well, welcome. How do you say hello in Bahasa? I don't know. My memory is just shot. Should convert to native Cardano token later on. Look, it's hold on. It's on our agenda. I mean, it's not on our agenda. It's something we're looking at very close. I think having compatibility is step one, and then obviously wherever the protocol goes, that's going to be step two. So very important for us, obviously, having the right blockchain, having a scalable blockchain, especially when we launch the DeFi piece, right? Because we're going to be building all these smart contracts. If we can have a cross-chain solution that offers you guys the ability to to participate in a way that's less expensive, I think it's going to be really exciting. So just wanted to say, I think we've got a lot of followers on our YouTube now. Please like and subscribe to the videos. Click the little bell icon. That helps us a lot. We're here 3 nights a week, so Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and we really want to build the community and to build the love. So we're very excited to be here. So let me stop. Hold on. Okay, I thought I was screen sharing, but I'm not. So I'll pause here, guys. I want to ask if there's any questions, and I can see Sasan, you've already asked a question. We've gone through. I know we've had a few people just join us, so we'll do some deep dive technical analysis later in the show. But let me know if you have any questions for now. I want to just invite you to ask questions. I'm really keen to obviously take your questions. And as you type your questions, I'm just going to move the aircon. So I'm going to go off the frame just a moment. I'll leave my mic live. So I'm going to be 10 seconds. And let me know your questions, guys. I'm really keen to hear from you. Okay, I've broken something. I'm fixing it. Okay. I'm back. So, any questions? Oops. Let me know your questions. By the way, I'm always interested to know who's watching us. Mike the Owl 1. Can you tell me how many viewers there are on, or Mike the Owl? Can you tell me how many viewers there are that you see on Twitch? We're using an interface, so I'm not actually on Twitch. I'm on something else publishing to Twitch. So let me know, Mike. Counting on you. Okay. All right. Let's jump back in and look at the markets then. I think it's and also we have a partnership that we're announcing next week. It's a very big name in crypto who I'm sure most of you will know. You should know. We're launching single asset staking next week. We're also launching liquidity pool staking. But these two pools will actually let you withdraw liquidity if you want. So that in our minds is really exciting. We're also launching the Alpha Games. That's going to be live, I think, tomorrow. I'm pretty sure tomorrow. And the Alpha Games is a holding competition. So you'll be incentivized to buy the tokens, deposit them in a contract. We'll be randomly selecting, well, not randomly, but we'll be selecting kind of randomly some participants who have put liquidity into that pool to win a prize. So, so I think it's 3,750 impact tokens to buy in, and then 1 out of every 20 participants will win 7.5K tokens, and you get your tokens back. So This is not like you don't have to pay the tokens to us and then they're gone forever. You actually, it's a staking program. So it's your tokens are locked for 90 days. And then obviously we'll have you able to withdraw those tokens after that. So Sasan had some questions. I'm just going to scroll up and read those. So can you tell us when you will start the new pools? Definitely in the next week. I would say early to mid next week. I would like to do it early next week. That would be the most opportune time for these new pools. So, Silver DK, welcome. Lovely to see you here, my friend. So Sasan, you've asked a question about the technology. So in a nutshell, the way that this works is that our platform allows customers, you, to share what's called an API key with the exchange. And so the API key allows us to execute trades from your exchange account, but does not actually give us the ability to take your funds. So that's how that works. Silver DK, single asset staking. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're very excited. Silver DK, let me know how many people are in the Twitch channel. I'm always curious to see who's on Twitch. Actually, hold on. I need to say something to someone in the office. Okay, I'm back. So Sasan, the way that that our technology works, you give us. Let's use. What do I have on the desk? I'm sure I have a pen somewhere, but I can't find it. All I can find are my AirPods. So you give us. The trader gives us a read-only API key. So I guess like, let's say we're the book. This is us, the book of everything. The trader gives us a read-only API key. Bye guys. And you give us a trade-only API key. So we can execute trades. So this is us. We can execute trades for you on the exchange. And the trader, that all the data about the trader and the trades they're doing, it's updated in real time. So we'll have a leaderboard that you'll be able to choose traders to follow. And that leaderboard will allow you to find a top trader that works for your trading style. So some traders are high risk, high reward people. Some traders are low risk, low reward people. So if you're interested in getting to know the traders that we have, we're going to be doing an ongoing series with interviewing our traders. So feel free to just like and subscribe. Maya Strosin, if the trader I follow carries a losing trade for a long time and wants to keep it, but I don't, can I close it anytime? Yes, you'll always be able to close. So it's your money and it's your exchange. So you'll always have the ability to close a trade for sure. We're not going to force you. That would be kind of weird to lock you in because it's your exchange account, right? So we're like a tech plugin, right? You use us as kind of an interface to your own exchange. And the idea for us is to give everyone the ability to find a trader that kind of has a trading style that works for them. So the way we do that is, I mean, let me take a step back. Our token will be used for several things. So customers will use our token to pay their fees on the Impact platform. So because you're nice to us and because you're coming to our early YouTube AMAs before we even have a product live, we're going to be nice to you and give all of you guys some free trading fees to start. But then after that, there'll be a wallet that you'll have on our platform. You'll fund your Impact wallet on our platform, and then that will be like your prepayment for fees. We will pay you, I'm pretty sure we'll pay you interest, or the way that I would like to do it is to pay some kind of like staking interest on our platform. So you'll be incentivized to load up Impact on our platform all the time to basically leave it there to prepay for your trades. And we'll compensate you for doing that. Then when you copy a trader, we charge between 0.25 and 1%, which means that you're actually, if you stake more, we will charge you less. But when you do carry a trade, or when you do execute a trade to follow the top trader, we will charge you a percentage transaction fee. We share that transaction fee with the trader, and then what the trader, what the trader is incentivized to do is not liquidate their tokens. So we also pay them an interest rate to leave the token. So the whole idea for us is that traders that stake more get more benefits. We will actually help the trader to get followers if they stake the top tier tokens. So the whole thing for us is token utility. And I know that there's a lot of people who think, oh well, the market's going down, I should sell Impact. I've been buying Impact. This is not investment advice. Do your own research. But we're building very judiciously, and we have a whole team of people. I think they've gone home for tonight, but they're often in the office very late. So token utility is not that far away. It's coming. Sasan, if I wanted to increase my position with the trader that I follow, would that be possible at any time? Good question. High level answer, yes. There's some logic we'll need to build into that. The initial piece would be that our assumption would be that you'd start with a fixed amount in your portfolio. Because the way that we do this is proportional to your portfolio. So if you're following me, Sasan, and I trade 5% of my portfolio, 5% of my USDT and buy Ethereum, 5% of your USDT would go into that trade if you choose to follow me. So if you make a deposit, you would be proportionally trading larger. Let's say you have 100 USDT, 5% of your USDT into Ethereum is $5. But then if you put in another 100 in your portfolio, it becomes 200. It would only affect from the future trades, if that makes sense. So it's only the next trade. If I went and bought Bitcoin and I said I want 10% of my portfolio, at that point it would be 10% of the larger portfolio. But to do it retroactively, I think would get tricky. But it's a really interesting suggestion and one that I'll talk to the team about. So thank you for the great question. Let me know if you have any other questions, guys. I'm always keen to get to know you guys, our community, and we're always happy to kind of work together. Oh wow, we have 14 people now. It's funny, we always increase through the session. Welcome to those that are just joining. You know what? It's probably time to go back and do some technical analysis. It's been like 20 minutes at least. Oh, 39 minutes. Time flies. So we're going to go take a look at the charts. Okay, hold on. I have another chart. BTC. Let's take a look. This is the daily. Let's zoom in. I always used to joke with my co-founder that the 1 minute chart is a good indication. It is, of course, not a good indication of anything. You cannot do technical analysis on the 1 minute chart unless you're day trading, and that's super stressful. But I mean, what do we see here? This is, I mean, it's very hard to see what's happening with this chart. But let's go to the 3 hour chart. That is a little bit easier to see. So we've wow, there's a lot of lines on here. All right, let's get rid of some of these. So we've drawn this. Hold on. Let's get rid of that one too. We've drawn this this kind of ascending triangle and or ascending line. So we're kind of at the danger zone in terms of whether we go below. I wouldn't expect it to go straight up, but you can see here we kind of went not straight down, but like directly down. So there's a possibility that we actually have a bit of an inverted head and shoulders, and we just go straight up. Although that was definitely steeper. That's like an 80 degree decline. That looks more like a 50 or 60. So let's see. BTC, we're holding steady, and we're on a kind of macro sense, we're still in this wedge. So if we break up out of here, that'll be very exciting. Okay, let's. You know what? I'm tired of this one. Let's go across. Look at some more exciting stuff. Okay, hash rate. We've seen this hash rate has fallen straight off a cliff. That's crazy. The raw data. This is not smoothed, by the way. We're at a 2-year low in terms of hash rate. So previously, when we were at this level, was kind of not quite the lows from December 2018, but we're where are we here? Yeah, we're well below where we were in terms of raw data in March 2020. So let's see what happens. What else did I want to show you guys? We always look at the R HODL ratio, which I think is one of the most important ratios to look at. So I go back to this one again and again. This shows us that the people that are selling right now are not the strong hands. It's not the whales, it's the paper hands. So we haven't hit the danger zone. That means the whales are not selling. So let's look at entity. There's some really interesting stuff. Now we don't have the super expensive package, but let me just try to find. Hold on. Entity. I can't find it. Anyway, exchange deposits. Let's take a look at that. So exchange deposits are decreasing. We tend to see decrease in exchange deposits, around the time of a top. Everyone is rushing to deposit funds into exchanges. But if you actually look at this, we haven't had this crazy. And remember, any data before like 2013, 2014 is not reliable because exchanges weren't popular. If you look at the amount of Bitcoin deposited into exchanges around the top, at that time, it was just crazy. It was insane. And we're nowhere near there this cycle. So we would expect, let's take a look at the 7-day moving average. Yeah, see, it's off the charts. It's literally like 200,000 Bitcoin. So we didn't see that spike here, which tells me that we're actually not at the top. All right, we've got some questions here. So let's go back. Morning from Canada, Krista Crypto Nova. Do you have any dates for platform rollout? Roadmap says Q3 starts tomorrow. Yes, it's happening in Q3. We're very excited. I could sense you might have just joined us. So big news for us. Alpha Games, that's launching, I think, tomorrow. It's a buy and hold competition aimed at the everyday investor. We'll be prompting people to put funds into effectively a vault. It's a staking contract, and we'll choose 1 out of 20 people who make that deposit to effectively give them double their money in impact tokens. MyStogan, I'm concerned about security and safety of funds. How secure is Alpha Impact ecosystem considering DeFi are targets for attacks? Are funds SAFU? Well, there's some interesting stuff in there. So our platform is non-custodial. So what that means is that our funds, our website does not, we don't custodize any client funds. So the way that this works is you keep funds in your own exchange account. So I'm pretty comfortable with the level of risk. Austin, my co-founder, who I'll bring into one of these videos someday, he spent 15 years working in banking, designing secure, robust trading systems with banking grade security and technology. So we don't have a SAFU fund because we don't hold funds. However, we will be creating an insurance fund. So 5% of every transaction or 5 cents of every dollar that gets generated in fees will go to a pool that will be used for insurance. And we're actually, we're talking to an insurance provider about this. So there's some interesting attack vectors that we're kind of anticipating and planning for and wanting to insure against. So that insurance is super important. We haven't actually launched it yet, so we need to get the platform out. So that's the focus for us at this stage. So we've got Alpha Games. Our beta testing is starting today. So if you are a beta tester, we will be sending you an email. We're launching single asset staking next week with a very prominent partner, very, very well known in the industry. We're also launching LP staking next week. So both of those two that I've just mentioned will be open-ended. You can deposit, you can withdraw. We're not going to lock you up. So this we feel is super exciting, and obviously it's going to be great to have more liquidity in our liquidity pool, more assets staked. We feel great. So those are the 3 things we're focused on, or 4 things. So there's beta testing, there's Alpha Games starting tomorrow, which we think will generate some buy pressure. There's the liquidity pool and single asset staking happening next week. So Great questions. Keep them coming. Happy to take any more if there's more questions. Otherwise, we can go back and take a look at. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll go back to this. So we went through this before, but we've had some new people join the chat. So the Ethereum Grayscale Trust is now trading at a premium, which means that there are more buyers than sellers. We do have some unlocks coming. The BTC. Let's take a look. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Now, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is still, oh, damn it. All right, hold on. GBTC Premium. Okay, so we're looking at this. I mean, we can actually look at it here. There's data coming from, this is like from April, right? So we've seen that this trades at a discount, but that discount is shrinking, right? We saw May 12th was the bottom, and then slowly it's been growing. So what that means is that there's now more buyers. There have been more buyers from May 12th to today than there have been sellers, which is on balance a good thing. It shows me that institutions are BTFD, or buying the fucking dip, as the Winklevoss twins call it. So that's, by the way, sorry for swearing if anyone's offended. Okay, let's go back to the channel. How large is the alpha team so far? There's 10 of us, so growing rapidly. CEX listing anytime soon. Some crowd are not really bothered about Uniswap. They buy and hold everything on exchanges. Yeah, we're working on that. I think the focus for us at this point is really just, you know, obviously listing, launching the product, getting beta testing across the line, and finishing beta testing, and then launching version 1. So that'll be a massive trading competition. But yeah, we're talking to a number of exchanges. The Chinese exchanges are kind of in shrinking mode, so they're not really in the space of, yeah, they're really not listing any projects. So Huobi, OKX, let's just say they've had some regulatory inbound interest from the mainland Chinese regulators, and we're actually seeing that. Bitfinex has become, actually, let's see if I can pull up a chart on this. Hold on. Bitfinex market share charts. I don't know if it's actually like visible or not. Oh, I can't. Oh, exchanges ranking. Anyway, Bitfinex has become one of the larger exchanges because it is one of the exchanges that's accessible in China, that's not actually, you know, it's overtaken a lot of exchanges. So, okay, let me just take a look at this. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't find what I'm looking for. Anyway, Bitfinex has become very popular because in China, the Chinese exchanges are slowly being, I wouldn't say shut down, but they're being affected by the regulation. Maya Strossen, does Alpha Impact have an API to copy trades on other platforms? No, it doesn't. This is for individuals who are wanting to copy a top trader on our platform. So you can use the Alpha Impact platform to follow a top trader on the Alpha Impact platform on whatever exchange you want. We're thinking about some stuff with, like, in the kind of algo space, but we haven't figured out what we really want to do because we have to launch the product and get everything out. So let me know if any other questions. Otherwise, we'll sign off for the evening. It's really good to have you all here this evening. It's funny. We always we get a spike of interest right at the end. So yeah, let me know, guys, if you have other questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got obviously lots and lots of exciting stuff to tell you about on YouTube. We're here 3 nights a week. And we'd love it if you gave us your love to like and subscribe. Our username on YouTube is actually not customizable until we have, I think, 100 followers. So we need to get to 100 followers to actually be able to have Alpha Impact as our username. Otherwise, it's like CRUX6682777UX, which is not the most memorable username on YouTube. So please like and subscribe. We need to get to 100. And let me know if any last questions. Otherwise, we'll close it off for this evening. Fantastic. Well, I think there's a bit of a delay, but looks okay for now. I'm watching myself on YouTube, which is always funny. But okay, guys. Well, thank you very much. It's lovely to have you here. Lovely to have a growing community. We're growing. These video AMAs are going well. Come back tomorrow night. You can watch Ariel interview me. So that's going to be happening same time tomorrow, same place, YouTube and Twitch. And we're really happy to have you here. So keep your stick on the ice. Thanks so much. Remember, don't just trade crypto. Trade with impact. Have a great night, everybody.